If you have problems with teeth grinding or TMJ or just general jaw pain because you clench so much, this video is going to help you out big time. I'm going to show you exercises that are going to help address the postural deviations that contribute to some of this jaw tension, and I'm going to show you an exercise that's going to help you balance out the muscles so that you're not overworking these jaw clenching muscles. If you watch through to the end of the video, I'm also going to show you how to progress some of these exercises so that you can improve your posture over time and continue to build more and more balance in your jaw and face. So if you're ready, let's get ready to think right, move right, and feel right. If you have jaw issues and you've got tooth grinding and you've got all these things happening in these jaw muscles, you may have noticed that one thing that you've got going on in addition is forward head posture. Now, forward head posture should not be corrected with surgery. It doesn't make sense to use a brace to try to hold your head in the right position or use a cast. What you want to do is teach the muscles that go along the side of your spine to activate so that you can get your head and neck in the right position. That's going to change the relationship of muscles to bones, which helps these muscles work better so you're not just using these muscles here to clench all the time. So first, we're going to address some of that forward head posture, and then we're going to address the muscle imbalance that happens between these muscles that close the jaw and the muscles below that open the jaw. My favorite exercise to help you with forward head posture is to just get up against a wall, get your low back flat against the wall, and then tuck your chin and pull your head back. You should feel the back of your head going against the wall. You don't want to be looking up at the ceiling because your forward head posture forces you to do it. You want to keep that chin tucked and then get as close back to the wall as you can. If that's only to here and you've got a little gap, that's fine. Just keep focusing on getting that mid and upper back to extend. So you're normally here, you want to get that to straighten up. So you're just keeping that low back, the entire spine flat, tuck the chin and bring the head back. If it helps, pick a spot down diagonally in front of you on the floor so it'll keep your chin tucked, and you keep trying to pull the back of your head here. You're going to hold this position for about 60 seconds. You can do longer for sure, but 60 seconds is a good starting point, and you're just going to keep pulling back, keep pulling back. You're going to hold that position, and then once the time is up, then you can step off and see how you feel. What you'll notice is that the muscles of the mid-back and the upper back will have worked quite a bit to give you spinal extension. When you first try this, it is very normal for you to get cramping in those muscles. It may feel like, wow, bizarrely difficult, and that's totally normal. Okay, so once you've done that, you've now straightened things out a bit posturally, then we want to activate some of the muscles on the front side of the neck because those are often really weak. These neck flexors, the ones that pull your chin down, are often very weak from being stuck like this at the computer or whatever screen all day. So what we're going to do is take our hands, we're going to go underneath the jaw, and we're just going to go down with resistance, meaning as I'm going down with my chin, I'm trying to bring my chin down towards the floor, my hands resist so that the muscles under my chin have to work. And I'm just going nice and slow and controlled, feeling those muscles work. As I go up, these hands are pushing up, my chin muscles, these under the jaw muscles, are resisting as I go up. So this is what it looks like. The advantage for you is you don't have to talk while doing it. You just breathe, calmly feel for those muscles working. And when you're doing these tilts, what you want to pay attention to is that you have an axis of rotation basically going from earlobe to earlobe. So from here to here. The reason I point that out is because when you're doing this, it's very easy to start to crane your neck forward because that's the position you're used to, right? That's the muscle activation pattern you're used to, and you start going worse into forward head posture and you're not actually training the neck flexors. You're training muscles lower down in the neck that flex too low. So we want the flexion to happen higher up here. So just think about earlobe to earlobe. That's our rotation point. And when you're going down, that's where you want to feel it. So you want to check this either using a camera, film yourself, or if you can kind of watch yourself side-eye in the mirror, that's okay too, or just have a friend or loved one or somebody who is just a bit of a voyeur. Have them watch you from the side and make sure that you're doing those head tilts correctly, okay? And you can do those for 10 to 20 reps, or you can do that for a minute, even a minute and a half, 2 minutes. Just feel for those muscles working. You don't want to go 5 minutes probably, certainly not when you first start. Just feel those muscles working. And then you've got now the forward head posture improved because you've got an extension, you've got your neck flexors activated. Now we are going to train the muscles that open your jaw. So one thing I've actually heard recommended to people with jaw pain is that they get Botox injections to paralyze the muscles that close the jaw. This to me is absolutely crazy because there are muscles that you could use to teach these muscles to relax, and those muscles are the ones that are under the jaw. So how do we train those muscles? We take our hands again underneath, and this time we're not moving the head, we're just opening the jaw. So that looks like this. Not a lot of movement, not a lot of sexy action. It's just opening and closing the jaw using the same principles we were using when we were doing the chin tucks. So we're using our hands, we are resisting the opening, and then when we're closing, the jaw is resisting the push up. So again, that's just going to be open. And I'm trying to get the full range here without straining anything. So I'm not trying to pop my jaw open like a snake to try to eat anything, hamster, whatever that might be, cupcake. We're just going, ah. And slowly when we close, I'm pushing up. My jaw muscles are resisting down. So let me start here, So I would suggest doing this for 10 to 20 reps, or set a timer for a minute to maybe a minute and a half, and just start there. See how you feel when you get these muscles working. You're also going to notice some sensations here, but these muscles are not going to be doing the work. So you're going to be feeling these muscles actually figuring out how to relax and balance out with the activity that's happening on the underside of the jaw. I want to take 1 second to say thank you to Patricia and Lee for the $5 and the $10 donation to support this channel. If you want to support this channel too, hit that thanks button or use the PayPal link in the description box. Let's get back to it. When you first start these exercises, you don't have to push to do all the times that I've listed here. Stay on the lower end, or just do 30 seconds, or just do a few reps. Just get used to the motion so you can feel the right muscles working. You don't need to try to do 5 minutes at a time. You don't need to try to impress anybody. You want to get the feel for the right muscles, get the feel for the right form, and then you can start to do it more and more regularly as you feel comfortable and capable. What you don't want to do is just go at it hard and fast, and then you're going to hurt yourself. And if you hurt yourself in your jaw and neck, you're going to be really uncomfortable for probably a week, if not 2. So take it slow and take it easy, but make sure you are learning how to feel the right stuff activating when you're doing all of these exercises. I've shown you 3 exercises to do, and what I'd suggest is doing them all in the order I've given, and do 2 rounds of them when you do them. That will give you a lot of bang for the buck. When you first start with these, I would just do them once per day, and probably before bed would be a good time to do it, especially if you have teeth grinding issues. That will keep these muscles activated and set you up for a good night's sleep with hopefully less teeth grinding and less intensity of jaw clenching. Once you're familiar with the exercises, you can go ahead and bump up the frequency as you feel comfortable. If you feel like you need to do this twice a day, you feel like it's safe for you, it feels like you're not getting super sore from doing it, and you're feeling things moving in the right direction, then go ahead and adjust based on your body's need, based on your lifestyle. I also want to explain one quick way you can progress some of these exercises. So when you are dealing with that forward head posture, we're up against the wall, maybe this starts to feel really easy for you. If that's the case, or you just want to try something a little bit harder because variety is the spice of life, what you can do is keep your butt against the wall, bend forward, and you can even let your lower back round and get your upper body almost parallel to the floor, or close to parallel with the floor. Once you're there, you're going to follow some of the same cues. You're still keeping the low back rounded. You're going to tuck your chin and pull your head up towards the ceiling. If you need help, have your hands just here on your thighs, and you're just going to pull up towards the ceiling, getting that upper and mid back to go into extension, to go into that straighter position. Your eyes, let your eyes look somewhere down here, maybe at your feet or even your ankles as you're pulling up. If you look forward in that way, you're going to be tilting the wrong way, and you're going to be reinforcing that forward head posture. So look more down, pull the back of the head up. If you want it to be harder, don't use your hands and just hold that position. Film this from the side, or have a voyeur look at you from the side, and make sure that you are creating a straight line with that mid and upper back and cervical spine. Always be checking in here because there's a strong tendency to arch this. So here we're just trying to keep that a little rounded so that you get the actual work in the muscles of the mid and upper back. And to progress any of the exercises with your hands under your chin, you just need to use more force with your hands and arms. So you start off light, of course, when you're doing these guys. And then over time, when you feel like, hey, I get it, I feel the right muscles, then you can really push harder without, punching yourself in the face or knocking yourself out. And just make sure that you're just gradually increasing the resistance. And same thing goes with those jaw opening exercises. You can just keep your hands there, and then the harder you want those muscles under your jaw to work, the more you push with the hands. And finally, one extra tip for extra results. When you're doing this jaw opening exercise, make sure to stay paused at that bottom position so you gain real control at that position where these muscles are lengthened. So that's going to look like this. By pausing at that bottom position, I'm teaching my brain and my muscles to stabilize, lengthen these muscles, and work these muscles at a wide open jaw position. That's going to maximize the signal to these muscles here to stay longer, to chill out, to relax, and get used to being in a lengthened position. And it's going to maximize the signal to the muscles under my jaw to really work and keep everything balanced between top and bottom. Let me know how these exercises work for you in the comment section down below. What do you notice when you try them? And what do you notice after 1 or 2 weeks of doing these exercises regularly with your jaw? Be sure to head to uprighthealth.com for free resources and premium programs to help you build a pain-free body. If you found this video helpful and you'd like to support this channel, use the thanks button or the PayPal link down below to make a donation to support future videos like this one. I promise I will not use your money to buy some sort of crazy jaw opening device. And if you don't want to send me any money, that's totally cool. Just hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel with notifications on so you don't miss out on any future videos. I'm Matt Shu from Upright Health, reminding you that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.